Yeah, I really felt it was a good effort by our guys all the way through. If it wasn't a complete 60, it was sure close to it. So we'll take that game. We're happy with it, and now we've got to try to build something from it.
I know you always say you need your best players to be your best players, but nice to have sort of those depth lines today step up with production when you needed it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about the depth of our team all year. We believe it's a strength of ours, and tonight I thought everybody up front contributed. I thought the back end was good as well, but when you get everybody chipping in, it's a good sign for your team. And as I said, hopefully now we can springboard it into something.
Go to Ryan Pite next.
Hey, Geoff.
Hey, Ryan.
You spoke a bit about the power play's performance against Winnipeg this morning. Do you like what you saw out of him, results aside?
Well, it's definitely better. I mean, the thing I like about it was that when we got the late power play, we made good on it. And, we didn't have a power play for a long, long period of time. And sometimes when that happens, you go a little stale, especially with the way that the power play had been trending a little bit. But, they did a great job. They were focused and, of course, got the game-winning goal. So a real good job by them at a critical time.
And one more for me. I guess I know obviously Byron Frais has played games in the NHL. He's a guy with a lot of experience. But what does it do for your group's psyche, I guess, to when you have Derek Ryan go down and you're able to sort of cycle in a guy like Frais who's able to contribute offensively like he did today? Yeah,
it's awesome, and it's the next man up mentality. But this guy's a good hockey player, and he's extremely smart. He plays the game the right way. He's defensively very sound, and he lets the rink work for him, and he's a reliable player, and I thought that line was excellent tonight. We felt like we could play them against any of the other lines. They had some big shifts for us, but to see him and them get rewarded for the work they've been putting in, it was awesome.
We'll go to Eric Francis next.
Hey, Geoff.
Hey, Eric.
We talked about this after last game as to about whether or not you could use that momentum to really springboard you guys on a bit of a run here. Now you got 3 in a row against a Canucks team that's having its issues. Is that feeling intensified?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us, Eric, is we got to take it one game at a time. And so we know that, they're going to be really, really prepared to come out and play a good, hard hockey game. So we've got to get ourselves ready to match that. And, we'll look at the first period and we'll take it from there. But, this division is so close. The teams are all good. And if you let your guard down or you start, feeling too good about yourself or you get a little bit complacent, it could end up biting you. So, we've got to get ourselves prepared to play much the same hockey game we played tonight, and then, get that game on the ice.
And to that point, can you just speak to just how razor thin the edge is between these two teams? Like, you were 1 goal away tonight from losing 4 or 5 to Winnipeg. Instead, you end up getting that late goal, and now you finish 2-2-1 against them. It's that close.
It's that close. It's phenomenal. And I think that's the great thing about the North Division. I mean, all the teams are so tight. And I think there's a benefit to that for all of the teams in the division. I think it's going to make everybody battle tested. I think, in order to advance and get through the division, you're going to have to make sure that all areas of your game are sharp, and the competition demands that on a nightly basis.
Thanks, Geoff.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
Okay, we'll go to Darren Haynes next.
Geoff, with the way the team's played the last couple of games, would you relish the opportunity to maybe put away the napkin and just kind of set it and forget it with your lines for a bit?
Well, we're starting to find a little bit of chemistry, with the guys that we have, and I think they all are starting to feel comfortable playing with each other. We're starting to get some real nice production and some balance back into the lineup, which we had earlier, but went astray for a little bit. So, yeah, we're not going to blend anything up too badly over the next little while. I mean, for the rest of the year, I hope it would be nice that we wouldn't have to, but sometimes you do.
We'll go to Haley next.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Haley.
The line of Backlund, Mangiapane, and Lucic, they really drove play offensively tonight. Is that a really important line for you guys when you're talking about the depth of this team and getting that secondary scoring?
Yeah, it's really, really important. And, the one thing that they've been able to do the last few games is play a lot in the offensive zone. And so, when you get a guy like Milan and Bax, who's a heavy player, and Manji, he gives you everything he's got. He's extremely competitive. I mean, when you have them rolling around in the offensive zone, it's hard. It's hard on the opposition. And so we like the fact that they're getting lots of ozone time, but at the same point in time, we feel like they're responsible defensively and they can do the job that way.
On a different note, we've seen some really great playmaking vision and assists from Juuso Välimäki over the last few games. Are we starting to see his confidence rise and some of that, offensive upside that he brings to the table?
Yeah, I think so. He's definitely exploring it, which we encourage, and we feel there's a lot of potential. There's a high top end there, and he's rounding into being a pretty comfortable player at this level. And so we'll continue to let him explore it. I mean, there's a lot there that he can offer. I think he's feeling good about where he is. I think he likes, playing with the partner that he has, and when he sees his chances, he's starting to take it. The thing I like about him is that, he doesn't force the game as much as one might think a young player should. At points, it does happen, but I think that's him trying to push the envelope a little bit. But I think he's rounding into form nicely, and I think there's a good balance there between him allowing the game to come to him and seeing the opportunities where he can take the offensive chance.